Hi, this is Haya Ina Toku, and welcome to the Anime Profiler. Thanks for being here today. So, today we are going to be talking about a character from the anime Blue Exorcist. Well, Blue Exorcist is a Japanese dark fantasy manga series, and the story revolves around the Kumura brothers, which discover they are both sons of a demon named Satan. Well, today we're going to talk about their mom, whose name is Yuri Egin. Or is it Egin? I might be saying that wrong. I don't know. Don't get mad at me. So anyway, aka her nickname is Witch of the Forest. But depending on what you read, like the anime, I will say this, that there are so many seasons, and at the end of the first season, the anime puts some stuff in there that's not really from the manga. Just so you know, the part where they talk about Yuri and they're born in the forest and things like that. That's just something the anime put in. It's not really, part of the story, the real part. But hey, if you want some fan-based drama or some juicy stuff, watch it just for the fun of it. But remember, it's not from the manga. So you'd have to start the second season, or is it the third season? Which is really weird, because when you watch the anime, you're watching it and it's like you watch the season after the first season and it's like, what the heck is going on? There was a different ending, I'm not going to spoil you guys, but I was really messed up. To be honest, I almost quit watching after that, but I'm like, I got into it again, and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't stop, because the latest season, the Snow Arc one, is just, with the Blue Knight and stuff, is really awesome, and the story is really good. And it is mainly about Yuri, the mom, and, her relationship with, Satan. I hate talking about that. It's really weird talking about that. But, anyway, that's just what the show's about. It's a good show, even though we're talking about, demons and stuff. But, I love Ren and his brother. I think they're cool characters. I like the characters. But again, we're going to talk about Yuri. There's not a lot to talk about. There's not a lot that we can say about this character. Honestly, there's not a lot of information out on her, because to be honest, we really just found out about her this latest season that they just put out, and it's over now for this year. I don't know when it's coming out again. Hopefully we'll find out some more juicy stuff, but as of right now, if you watch the anime, you know what happened. If you read the manga, you know what happened. The manga's probably a little bit further along than the anime. Don't quote me on that. And where does this the anime and manga take place? It actually takes place, I guess, in Tokyo, Kyoto, and at a place called the True Cross Academy, where humans would go and study to be exorcists. Luckily, Yuri became an exorcist, quite early, and she was really good at it because Shiro, found her on the street and took her in. But it's not like he wanted to, but I think Yuri kind of grew on Shiro. So, hey, I'm glad that he found her, because she would never been there. Honestly, I don't know where she would have went. Maybe, I don't know if she would have stayed where she was, because Satan got rid of the people she was raised by. So, who knows where she would have really left off at. But I think they knew her, abilities, so that's why they took her in there. But anyway, let's learn about Yuri today. Let's see. Her job, well, of course, she was an exorcist. What type of exorcist? Since there's different types, she was a tamer, meaning she trained demons. Now, remember, they're not all demons like Satan. We don't have humanoids, all the time. A lot of these demons are creatures, unusual creatures and stuff. She also bred, she was called an Oria because she bred them as well. So we're all thinking, Satan was humanoid. Is she just going around breeding humanoid demons and stuff? Yeah, in the show, they did mess around with experiments of, cloning humans and demons and that stuff, but she didn't really do a lot of that stuff. She did the stuff that was already out there, that was already created, Her friends in the show, they start about 16. Well, they start when she was littler, She, was kind of raised by some other exorcists when she was little. Well, she actually found Shiro. So I'm going to say one of her friends later in the series is Shiro Fujimoto, and another one that is always there with her is Rick. I didn't read the manga, but I know in the anime Rick was done pretty bad. Anyway, long story on it. So now we've got, her family. We don't really know who her mom is or her father, but we know that her family, she is actually the mom of the Okumura brothers. Yuri, of course, was a mom of Ren and Yukio Okumura. So they didn't really know who she was because she passed away when they were babies. So I don't know if that's spoilers for anybody if you've been watching it, but it could be. Spoilers. Let's see. Yuri's abilities. I mean, it's not like we have a show like One Piece where Monkey D. Luffy has like a ton of abilities. And the anime profiler I did on him, it was like really long, like over 10 minutes because he has so many things. But so this is probably going to be a short anime profile on Yuri because we don't have a ton of info on her. But we do know she was an exceptional tamer. Being really young, she was certified pretty quick, and she was also a breeder. And she wrote several textbooks by the age of 25. And she was able to correctly identify different species of demon, probably better than people have been in the field for 40 years or more. So she was really good at her job. She was also immune to the blue flames. So maybe that's why she was able to be around higher ranking demons like Satan, because it didn't really affect her that way. We do know that her personality, she was empathetic and bright, kind, understanding of others, including demons. So maybe that's why she had a relationship with Satan. I don't know. I don't know if I would, but I think Shiro would have been a better bet, but I don't know. They didn't really show much of that. Maybe the manga had more on it that I don't know about. Well, anyway, let's see. Her height, she's about 5'3". So she's, I guess, average for a woman. And she was around 29 when she had Ren and Yukio. So that tells you that's probably when she passed. Also, her favorites, I can't really find anything for food or anything. I know she did eat a lot of food, but she did have a fondness for all creatures, be it humanoid or animals. She had respect for everything that way. Her birthday is March 9th, so that makes her a Pisces. And Pisces traits are, being creative, intuitive, compassionate, empathetic, and she was an idealist, which, hey, that really kind of describes her, right? Let's see, her alignment, if she was a D&D character, she would just be a neutral good, a neutral character. That doesn't surprise me. And her quote, I think, before she passed was, they will, and she was talking about her, Ren and Yukio, they will live strong. They will prove demons and humans can understand each other, because she wanted everyone to, get along and, not fight and stuff. We'll have to, go on with the series and see if that stuff happens. We know Ren's a pretty cool guy, and so is his brother. And Shiro was pretty cool, even though he was like a half or two. So I'm really excited for the series. I think she was a really interesting character, and I wish they talked more about her, but I'm glad this last season they kind of, did more backstory on her and Shiro. Too bad they didn't get together. I was really trying to ship them together. Thank you for joining me again on another Anime Profiler. Till next time.